finish. Knocks down to 3. Yes, sir. Mark Ping is going right at Simon Sandagon.
Down the basket and one.
Saturday MPBL preseason invitational action live here at the Paco Arena. This is going to be the second of 3 games. Marian Magat and the rest of the Mindoro Tamaraws wanting to extend their win. But talk about wins, MJ Hoson playing a terrific ball game, knocking on a triple-double in their last game, still wanting to get that 3rd straight win. Mindoro Tamaraws versus the Quezon City Black Bulls here at the Paco Arena. Magandang hapon mga kaliga. This is Juanito Gregorio alongside Coach Christian Luanzon. Coach, we are excited about this ball game. We've been talking about it off air. Coach, what excites you about both of these teams?
Oh, the fact that their remaining games matter. I mean, who would have thought, if you asked me, a couple weeks ago, if Quezon City would be relevant, I would have said maybe. But now they're holding to that number 3 spot. Now, a big win by Jensen earlier. 4-2 sila, parehas. We're going to see the standings in a little bit. This is a crucial game for them if they want to push for that number 3 spot because tatlo lang ang papasok dyan. And for Mindoro, yung direction nila, I thought the last part of the season 7 up to now, they're just picking up where they left off.
That's right, Coach. And we really see that both teams are on a rise. But we also want to say hi to our social media on YouTube, for everybody watching on YouTube. And of course, mamaya makakasama din natin si Sheila Salaysay. But first, Coach, let's look at the standings. Sila natin, after that win by Jensen earlier, Quezon City would be tied with them. This is going to be a very crucial ball game para sa Quezon City.
It is, because I believe they have yet to meet etong Jensen at Quezon City. So, putting them half a game above if they win this game at 5-2, and then pag nag-meet sila, that's why I see the coaching staff of Jensen, staying behind dito sa laro natin to watch them. You see Mindoro, if they win themselves, puts them at 4-3, both of them, then Jensen would hold that, number 3 spot. A lot is at stake. I know it's just preseason, but sometimes getting that confidence when you enter the quarterfinals or maybe enter the semifinals, that could serve as a springboard to have a good start as we start season 8.
Actually, Coach, hindi naman mukhang preseason. The competition is high. The physicality is high. But talk about one guy that really played a terrific last game. Marion Magat getting that win for Mindoro. You look at the statistics that he brought in their last game. Coach, 17 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double, but the efficiency of Marion Magat.
Averaging almost 20 in the last 2 games. The first one, in a losing effort. Last game, double-double. Yes, only against Sarangani, who finishes the season winless. But still, it's not just about putting up the numbers. It's about fitting in and at the same time performing. That's what professionalism is all about. And he's averaging about 13 points, 6 rebounds in less than 23 minutes of play. But him, playing at the 4, sometimes at the 5 spot, Juanito, his ability to stretch the floor, pull out the defense, I think is big for their offense because they have so much dynamic guards on their team.
And Coach, let's not forget, he is 6'6" that could play the 4
Exactly.
and the 5.
Yeah.
So, talagang a big addition para dito sa Mindoro. Coach, dako naman tayo dito sa side of Quezon City. MJ Hoson, he's been getting a lot of minutes the past few games. But Coach, all of a sudden, he explodes for 16 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists against a veteran-laden Bataan team.
Well, you talk about an emerging player in our league, let alone an emerging team in Quezon City. That's because the players are performing as well. I love his game because he's undersized, yes, but he plays bigger than his size. You saw the rebounds, you saw the playmaking ability, and I think he just fits well in this Coach JV Olea's team, which deserves more credit, to be perfectly honest with you, especially how they performed in that last game. Now, to duplicate that against a better Mindoro team, tignan natin kung ano yung magiging performance nila ngayong gabi.
Well, it's gonna be a hard battle para dito kay MJ Hoson. But one guy as well that we have to talk about, Pat Buena as well para sa Quezon City. Coach, he has been a revelation. You look at the averages, 13.7 points a game, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per ball game. But Coach, the 3-point shooting of Pat Buena, this is where it really gets special.
Well, I absolutely agree with you, but not only a revelation, but really a fan favorite. Hindi lang ng mga fans ng Quezon City, pati ng buong production natin dito sa MPBL. Hindi nyo lang nakikita. Tumatayo. Patira pa lang si Pat Buena, tumatayo na. I'm sure sa OB van, ganun din sila. But yeah, to your point, what I like about him is the shot selection. The flybys, using the shot fake. I think that's his main weapon. So, ang scouting report ng Mindoro, wag nang patirahin.
Well, that is something that we are gonna see here in our 4 quarters of play. But let's go to the game. Let's turn you over to Miguel Perey.
Action continues here inside the Paco Arena. Welcome to our second game between Mindoro and Quezon City. This is the 2026 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL preseason invitational. Here are the starters, beginning with Mindoro Tamaraos. Starting at forward number 27, Jonas Tibayan. Forward number 5, JC Recto. At center number 22, Marion Magat. At guard number 21, JV De La Cruz. Also at guard number 16, RJ Ramirez. The head coach for Mindoro is Benji Chodoro. Assistant coaches, J.R. Carlos, Drake Santos, and Gab Balyari. Assistant team managers, J.C. Libunao. Team manager, Zandra Norte. The team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro. Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Here comes the starting 5 for Quezon City Black Bulls. Starting at forward number 8, Jake Agoncillo. Also at forward number 22, Joben Loria. At center number 11, Clark Derigue. Guard number 31, Pat Buena. Also at guard number 27, MJ Hoson. The head coach for Quezon City is JV Olea. Assistant coaches, B-Boy Santiago, Mico Santos, Marco Asa, and Zino Gudez. Team manager is Nico Estrada.
Starters in this ball game for Mindoro, it's Ramirez, JV De La Cruz, Marian Magat, JC Recto, and Jonas Tibayan. For Quezon City, MJ Hoson, Pat Buena, Clark Derigue, Joben Loria, and Jake Agoncillo. Officials of the game is Edmar Ayis, J. Francisco, Paul Joseph Biala, and Jonathan Kanga. Second game of 3 here in the Paco Arena in Manila, and we have a very important ball game because Quezon City and Mindoro. Coach, the winner of this game will troop over to number 3 in our Division 1.
Well, Quezon City wins this game, they will still have solo third, you know, at 5-2. And if Mindoro wins, they're gonna tie themselves with Quezon City at 4-3. And then Jensen will be solo at 4-2.
It'll be a very crucial ball game for both of these teams, so we can expect a lot of competitive nature coming from the team early on. Quick break and gets the 2 right away is Christian Jake Agoncillo with that floater.
Who was the hero in the last game, really the hero in the last 2 games. His numbers will not reflect it, you know, so box scores, but you know, the last 2 games, the game against Batangas, which they won, had 7 points in the 4th quarter and propelled them to that win, and had the go-ahead basket to eventually win them in the last game against Bataan. He starts it off with Quezon City the same way with this sensational rookie in JC Recto.
JC Recto coming off his NCAA stint. Now getting it the first 3 para dito sa Mindoro. They go to Clark. He can stretch the floor. Clark overshoots. It's a miss. Ball goes to the side of Mindoro.
Well, Clark has definitely the ability to shoot the ball from the outside, but usually coming off pick and pop situations, not face up with a hand in his face.
3-2 in favor of Mindoro. They go back to JC through the middle, and JC Recto, quick 5 points for the rookie.
I am so looking forward to the matchup between JC Recto at itong si Hoson ng Quezon City. You talk about 2 players that are so dynamic, especially in transition, and something we will not be able to relate to, up in the air.
That's right, Coach. We'll just enjoy them we will just enjoy watching them fly high. Masaya na kami ni Coach Chris na mapanood silang nasa taas. MJ Hawthorne gets a slight push. Rebounded by the 6'7" Magat. Gives it to RJ. Ramirez gives it to De La Cruz. Swings it back to Ramirez. They go out to Tibayan. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Two-man game. Rejects the screen. Drives hard. Ramirez. Off balance but gets the two.
Seems to be in business mode. Itong si RJ Ramirez. Sometimes he just likes to play around. In the last game, setting up his teammates, filling up the assist sheet. At that time, really strong to the basket. He's a strong guard.
Coach, talk about RJ Ramirez. I remember watching him in college where he was
FEU.
playing the 2 and 3 position.
Right.
But coach, now in the past few years, he has really adjusted himself as one of the taller point guards here in the MPBL.
Well, he has the handles for it. He has the speed, and anytime you're a big guard, there's always an advantage. And I think RJ Ramirez he looks to me have found a home because he has bounced around the league as well. I believe he was a part of that Coach Alex-led Bacoor team that went to the finals.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think he was a part of that, so he has playoff experience himself. So his addition to Mindoro, he can bring a lot of experience, obviously. As Pat Buena misses that one badly.
So no warm-up yet for Pat Buena, but quick answer. Jokno off the middle gets the 2, cuts the lead to 3.
Oh, this kid, Jokno, reminds me of a young Ping Masaglang.
Oh, coach, that's a great comparison.
The way he shoots the jump shot so high that even though na hindi siya ganun katangkaran, ang hirap habulin at palparin.
The energy that he brings whenever he is inside the court. Jokno. But Hawthorne fakes out. But there, quick swing. Go to Buena. You see the respect they give for that 3-point shot. Jokno once again, but it's all wall.
Sabihin mo na. Alam ko na yung sasabihin mo sa mga ganun.
Patayang butigi.
Yes. Great minds think alike.
Nagkatinginan pa lang kami ni Coach Chris. Alam na namin ang sasabihin namin. Now 4 versus 3. What a tough pass through the middle. But he will get fouled.
I think ganun yata lahat ng produkto ni Tito Miko Halili. Alam na yung mga ganung phrase.
Shout out Tito Miko and Coach JV Olea. Coach, one guy that has been on the highlight seat the past few games, Coach JV Olea, really making a name for himself. Coach, I'm from Quezon City. Coach JV has been respected
me too.
for a few years. For a few years, we do know him. Pero now, Coach, he is making a name for himself in the MPBL.
Well, anytime your team is number 1, Pat Buena hits his first 3 after 2 attempts. So, walang tinamaan yung unang tira niya. Eto, net lang ang tinamaan. But back to your point, well, number 1, he has created a fighting team. Again, who would have thought Quezon City will be a handful to deal with, number 1. Competitive. I think that's the most important thing. Second, their competitiveness, they've been rewarded. It's been translated to winning. As you see this replay by Pat Buena, nabanggit natin, his main weapon, the shot fake, reflected over there. That's why I'm so happy for a team like Quezon City, revamped, and then a new coach, new faces, new players. No big-time players, no big-time names, and yet making a name for themselves. This is what the MPBL is all about.
But Coach, this morning I was reading on Facebook and there is a new addition para dito sa Quezon City, and this might be a little exciting. Ryan Costello
And
will be playing.
yes, and
for
Ray
Quezon-
Publico.
And Ray Publico
Yeah,
will be playing for
narinig ko.
Quezon City. So, Coach, a young and up-and-coming team, as you see Pat Buena try and get second 3. Coach, now you add in a couple of MPBL veterans in this
Right.
mix.
And those are 2 reliable players. Costello, he's a scoring guard, brings a lot of quickness on the floor, can change the game with his speed and his ability to shoot. As you see, Recto misses the corner 3. Ray Publico, he's a physical presence inside. I mean, ikaw pa naman, apelido ko, Publico. Diba? Doon pa lang, masisinta ka na. And then yung kombinasyon nila, pag pinagsama mo sila ni Clark Derigue, who could shoot the ball from the outside, just adds more to the lacking talent of this team, but at the same time, magiging palaban pa sila lalo.
And a lot of course, we're not yet done. A lot of additions will be made through the other teams as well. As you see, JV, De La Cruz, just open on the three, very comfortable whenever he has that space.
JV De La Cruz, we talked about the additions for Quezon City. How about for Mindoro? As you see, an unforced turnover of the backcourt violation. The pickup of JV De La Cruz, JJ Caspe. Two scorers from Imus last season who could change the game with their scoring.
Of course, and both tall guards as well, coach, that could play the 1 and the 2 position.
Right.
But one more guy
Enzo Hoson.
on the same position, coach, Enzo Hoson. It's going to be very interesting because the depth of Mindoro just really got deeper. Ramirez goes out. Recto has been
Nice
trying
fake.
to shoot. Poor Recto with a beautiful drop, but better defense. And they will be called for a shot clock violation. Could have been a good pass, coach. Just no more time remaining.
Yeah, excellent stand, defensive stand the last moment by Quezon City. Definitely lacking the height, but still, if you have heart, you can have stops like those.
And that's a stop by Quezon City. Manipay, the digital wallet built for the community. We go a little zoom action. He's still trying to create for Buena. Nothing there. Derrigue, 1 dribble in, 2 dribbles in. Derrigue, not a lot of times will we see a drive, but Clark Derrigue shows that he has more weapons in that arsenal.
No, again, using the shot fake because the scouting report sa kanya, no, can shoot the ball from the outside. Using the shot fake, putting weight on that pivot foot para hindi mag-traveling. And how about the finish? A little too fancy for RJ Ramirez.
Wanted to go for that back pass, but no one was available. Coach, you've been high on this player, coach. JJ Caspe, one of the taller guards that we have here, always on a triple-double watch. Now you add in Hoson, you add in Ramirez, you have Recto, and you also even have Sean Andrews who can play that 2 position, as well as Sedorifa. Coach, how deep is the 1, 2, 3 position, the backcourts of this Mindoro team?
It's so deep that they would have to really sacrifice a lot of their play eventually, because Enzo Hoson, we didn't talk about him that much. His first year in the MPBL, when he played for Coach Elvis in Marikina, 20-point scorer. Last year, caught himself in a bind in Basilan, a talented Basilan team, and was just finding his way into the rotation. Now, papasok siya rito, pretty much the same situation as last year, wherein there's guys like JJ Caspe, guys like De La Cruz, Ramirez, JC Recto. So, alam naman natin, isa lang ang bola, di ba? And it's how you make an impact on both ends that will give you time on the floor.
It's going to be a very interesting season ahead para dito sa Mindoro, as there's going to be a substitution. Joshua Roque will come on the court to add shooting, as well as coach, your batchmate, Ken Bono.
Hindi, mas bata yan.
Mas bata pa.
But thank you so much for the compliment.
Ken Bono will be trooping in.
But he is a former teammate. Nag-abot kami sa PBL in Cebuana Luyer. As you see,
The very strong Cebuana Luyer.
And I've always said this, okay? I've had so many teammates during my heyday and playing heydays. The 2 players that has incredible touch from the outside. Number 1, Patrick Cabahog, if you remember.
Yes, definitely,
Adamson.
Coach. Adamson, Patrick Cabahog.
The best shot maker I've seen. Him and Willie Miller. Willie Miller, ibang klase, 2-time MVP, obviously. The next one, Ken Bono.
Ken Bono.
Kaya naiinis ako sa kanya, naglalaro pa siya sa 40 above league namin eh. As if James Yap is not enough, si Ken Bono nandun pa. Paano pa kami mananalo?
Coach, huwag ka masyadong kasi baka may MPBL team tumawag sa'yo na palaruin ka pa. Kaya pa pala maglaro ni Coach Christian.
Huwag na silang sumubok. Mapapahiya lang sila, madidismaya lang sila.
Masaya na si Coach Christian. Dito na lang kami, magkikwentuhan na lang kami.
Dito na lang.
Tungkol sa laro, as we see another shot coming from JV De La Cruz, extending the lead to 7. QC struggling on their offense early, forcing them to put in a veteran coach, Jeff Murillo, playing assistant coach. It's going to be a miss on Ryan Costello. Ball goes to the side of White. Hoson pushing the ball. Screen by Tibayan. Roque staying in front to get the 2-man game on the short roll, but just too high. Coming from Jonas Tibayan to JJ Caspe on the corner.
Well, that's where intention and execution has to go hand in hand. Right idea, but if poorly executed, it ends up costing that time a turnover. Former UP Fighting Maroon,
Sean Andrews.
Sean Andrews in the game.
Gonna add a little bit more size on that wing position. Sean Andrews will come in. Extreme ang subot at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Jeff Murillo goes to Roque. This guy can shoot. Step back for Roque. That's going to be short.
Well defended by JJ Casper.
Ryan Costello drives through the middle. Ryan Costello. It's a miss. 0 out of 2. Tries to attack. Caspe goes out to Ken.
Nice
One
pass.
more pass. Hosson wide open to the left. Sean with the rebound. They go to Ken. Too much space. Ken Bono goes right on cue. Soft touch, Ken Bono.
I rarely say this, Juanito, but I hate to say I told you so.
Just watch this. Hand on his face. Jeff Murillo playing terrific defense, but Ken Bono, 6'6", with that soft touch, getting the 3 and extending the lead to 10. To 9 in favor of Mindoro. Coach, we talk about the last game of Mindoro. We do know that this is a team that can score a lot. 112 to 92 in their last game.
Well, they were only up by 5 after 2 quarters against Sarangani, but then again, they just bursted in the 4th quarter, scoring 40 points and then, allowing only 16 points for Sarangani. We talked about Sarangani in the last game, but now Mindoro in that 3rd quarter, Marian Magat scored 6 of his 17 and also si JV De La Cruz 6 of his 11 in the 3rd quarter to propel them of a blowout game against the 10 act. Tama ba?
Yes, Coach. That's
10
right.
act
10 act.
Sarangani. Marlins pa rin ang gusto ko sabihin eh. Back to back ba?
Ako
Ken
rin,
Bono?
Coach. Sanay na rin ako sa Marlins, but it's gonna be Sarangani 10 act. Costello. 20 seconds left. Let's see if he will go for the last shot. They hold it down. Mindoro, same foul. They have a lot to give. Murillo hands it off, and that's going to be a foul on Jonas Tibayan.
And they had a foul to give. They have 2 more actually even after that one. So if you're Quezon City with 10.6 remaining, you want to attack right away. Kasi pag hindi ka atake, malamang hindi fa-foul itong Mindoro.
Athleticism added by Mindoro here at the end of the 1st quarter. Ken Bono will be trooping to the bench here. 10.6, 2 fouls to give para sa Mindoro. They try to push. They foul Costello, 7.2.
Now that was too early for me because I know they still have 1 more to give after that one.
The foul number 3.
But the guard,
Ryan Costello.
Ryan Costello, was going away from the basket after the ball screen.
Here's the back screen. They hand it off again to Costello. They have 1 foul to give. Are they going to call a shooting foul here? They're going to call it down. No shooting. Now they will be in penalty. These are good fouls by Mindoro to slow down the clock. 2.3 remaining, 19 to 9.
2.3. I think what's important here, 2 seconds, a lot of time for a shot fake or maybe even a dribble, Juanito. Number 1 rule, defensively, don't bite on the shot fake.
Let's see if anyone, Coach, we do know that these players of Quezon City parang part ng training nila ang shot fake. So let's see what Coach JV has here. They go to Joshua Roque. Oh, he got pushed. He got pushed, delayed on the closeout.
I forgot to mention the 2nd rule. Don't foul a jump shooter.
Isa lang, Coach, kasi sinabi mo eh. Yun lang yung pinakinggan nila. Joshua Roque, 9 points in their last game. This guy was able to get 9 points in a matter of 3 minutes to extend the lead out in that 2nd quarter. So Joshua Roque, Coach, we do know that this guy can shoot para sa QC.
And this is the 2nd one though.
19 to 10, still in favor of Mindoro. Roque 1 out of 3, and that's gonna end the first quarter. Joshua Roque only makes 1 in that foul. But 19-10, coach, a strong showing by Mindoro to start the first quarter.
Yeah, I think what's important is, yes, they scored 19 points, but limiting itong Quezon City to score only 10 after 1 quarter. Now, last game, they only scored 13. As you see, the drive by Clark Derigue, which is relatively low for a quarter. But then again, they were able to score more in the second half, in the second quarter. Let's see if that's going to be the case.
Kayo pa rin ay nanonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Preseason 2026 live pa rin dito sa Paco Arena. Well, we understand the gravity of this game kaya may kaunting panghihinayang si Coach JV Olea dahil wala si Jeremy Mahinay dahil sa suspension. Pero meron siyang dalawang additional on the team na banggit nyo nga kanina. Si Ryan Costello, a veteran who can serve as a stabilizer inside, and si Alden Canoy adding depth in the bench. Going up against a more experienced team, sabi ni Coach JV, kailangan nilang sipagan sa takbuhan at sa depensa. Coaches?
A few additions para dito. Thank you. First, Sheila, Coach, a few additions para dito. Ryan Costello and Dave Canoy. So, just to put in a little more veteran presence para dito sa Quezon City.
Well, ang ganda ng report ni Sheila, no? Dahil importante sa mga teams na tulad ng Quezon City, not being the most talented, not being the tallest team, yung sipag hindi pwedeng mawala. At alam ni Coach, if there's one guy obviously here in this building, Coach JV, alam niya, hindi yun yung sipag na nakikita niya the past few games ng team niya. That's why they are down early in this game.
Not same start for Quezon City, but still a lot of time for them to recover. Costello goes to Clark. They swing the ball. Nothing available. Oh, quick hands by Jonas Tibayan on the switch. Jonas on the fast break. Jonas with a finish.
I was about to say a good start defensively by Quezon City, forcing the stop. But then again, you got to convert on the other end. But they turn the ball over and then give up an easy layup by Jonas Tibayan.
Costello on the other end. One dribble. Get out. Oh, through 2. That's going to be a miss. The ball will stay with QC. A few additions para dito sa Quezon City. They'll be returning Agoncillo and Hawson on the floor. Hand it off. Left wing, Agoncillo for the 3. That's a miss. Hand it off. Roque on the corner. Still a miss. The outside game not working on the side of QC. Hawson. They go to Ken. They play a lot of basketball up top. Now they go. Oh, he uses the screen. Hawson through 2. Oh, cannot step on the same foot. That's going to be a travel on Enzo.
Well, he was going for like a combination of a hop step, 1-2 step, and you cannot land, to your point, with the same foot that you took off. As you see, Javi Palanya.
Oh, good to see Javi here in attendance.
Parang lahat ng pinapakita natin, no? Kumakapal yung buhok. Ba't ganun?
Actually, damihan nyo na lang po siguro ang pagpakita kay Coach Chris. Ganun ba?
Hindi.
Pat Buena now. Nowhere to go. Pat Buena crosses. That's gonna be hard. Caspe with terrific defense. Forcing, but on the last second, Sean Andrews.
Hindi ko alam kung ano sabihin ko eh. What a pass or what a rebound?
Yung foul na lang siguro, Coach, ang ano natin. Because Sean Andrews with 0.7 left. Getting a foul there, and will give Clark Derigue 2 free throws.
And that was excellent on-ball defense. I believe on JJ Caspe, no? Kay Pat Buena. Because we mentioned, at the top of the coverage, to lessen the chances of a shooter like Pat Buena has established himself, obviously, the last 6 games. Eh, wag nyo na lang patirahin kasi 0% yun eh. Sabihin mo na.
Tama.
Yung famous quote ni Uncle Drew.
Anong famous quote niya, Uncle Ron?
Uncle Drew, ni Kyrie Irving, di ba? You miss
100% of the
the
shot you don't take.
So,
Okay. Nag-gets ko na.
Yun yung ina-apply nila kay Pat Buena. Ayaw na nilang i-take yung chance na maka-attempt pa siya, which is the right mindset.
That's why they're going to full denial on Pat Buena right here. Ooh, now we put in Joseph Sedorifa. Coach, ang lalim ng bench nitong Mindoro.
Veterano rin yan. Dumidepensa, two-way player. At times, in stretches, can lead a run, 9-2 run and score 5-6 straight points.
A lot of scorers on the end of Mindoro right here. Let's see. Hoson on the drive. Hoson with a step back. And Hoson will score against Hoson. MJ Hoson getting that behind the back to a step back against Enzo Hoson.
Look at this move. There's nothing more to explain because you broke it down so well. Behind the back, step back, rating separation, a konting tapik, 3-point play.
I do want to know if there is a link between Enzo Hoson and MJ Hoson. They are not brothers. But baka magpinsan, second cousin, baka malaman ni Sheila, we don't know.
Si Sheila na lang
Si
mag-aalam
Sheila,
yan.
no, we don't know. But I actually didn't notice that they were both Hosons until he got that basket in. Let's see if Enzo can answer back. Sedorifa open on the corner, that's a miss.
Nice rebound by Paguno, protecting that ball even after the rebound.
Alley-oop,
Medyo
just
mababa.
too low. As Coach Christian would say, good intention, not the best execution. But the ball will still stay with the green.
They're going to review this.
It's going to be a review here. Well, we're back after the break.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. Ball possession for
Successful challenge on the side of Coach Benji Mindoro. The ball will return on the side of Mindoro. Yun, tumama sa kamay ni Jake Agoncillo. It's a good challenge on the side of Mindoro. So now we can see Quezon City try to press up here. A full court press that will be set in by QC. Recto. Coaches say clear out. Recto will bring it down. Go to the same play.
This is going to end up in a top ball screen. The roll replace action.
Ramirez open. A little too strong. Caspe with the rebound. Coach, that's the strength of JJ Caspe. Might be a guard, but always above on his averages on the rebounding end.
Tama ka dyan, no? And, there's not too many guards in this league that you could say is a good rebounder, and obviously JJ Caspe is one of them, averaging close to 7 rebounds. But That's the thing, you know, because I thought defensively, defending the top ball screen, and then that roll replace action, Quezon City, they defended well, but the defense, as you know, doesn't stop by forcing the team to miss. It stops when you get the defensive rebound. And I think they're gonna have to make up for that with their lack of height. You know, yung sipag nga, as reported kanina, kailangan every possession, masipag tong Quezon City.
QC trying to get some baskets here. They've been struggling, only 13 points. Hand it off. Quezon, far out. Quezon. It's going to be a miss. Offensive rebound. Second opportunity. They go for a jumper, and they get the jumper.
Care of Bagodo of the offensive rebound. The 5th offensive rebound by Quezon City in this game. But talk about scouting report, yung sticking to Pat Buena like a leech is JJ Caspe. Ito yun, no? Hindi na challenge ni Mario Mago.
Ball denial, so other players has to step up here. Another challenge we have here. We'll be
So
back.
I take it back.
Upon review, the challenge was inconclusive. Therefore, it has been nullified.
Really see what the challenge was, but seems to be it is inconclusive. Coach JB Lea not happy with whatever the call or non-call is. He wasn't really clear, Coach, what they challenged.
Well, this is my 8th season in MPBL, and the challenge was implemented, I believe, 3-4 seasons ago. One thing, Juanito, whether it was a successful challenge or unsuccessful, the coaches are either happy or sarcastically happy. Yun lang yun.
So, neither.
Yeah.
Caspe for the 3. Caspe gets it off the left wing. JJ Caspe extending the lead back to double digits here.
Well, he's got to be happy because that's his first field goal for 5 points.
JJ Caspe slowly heating up here. They go to Quezon on the other end. They go post to
But
Buena.
Buena posting up the bigger JJ Caspe.
Pat Buena not successful. Extends it out. And Quezon able to get it from the middle.
I'm sorry, but I beg to differ. I thought he was successful because he was able to suck in the defense. And that's why Quezon had a good look for the 3.
Coach, we talked about his 3-point shooting. Mukhang may dinadagdag pa si Pat Buena, now showing that he can actually get the post.
Talagang hiningi niya yung bola eh. Di ba? He made a nice move, a little up and under, and then that late pass for Quezon.
Pat Buena able to get that assist. They go down to Recto. It's going to end in turnover. 3 green shirts to help out.
Can you imagine Johnny Abarientos, posting up Elmer Lago? You remember Elmer Lago?
Oh, yes, Coach. Yes.
Di ba? I mean, sorry yun lang yung una pumasok sa isip ko mga Alaska San
Sorry,
Miguel
Coach.
days.
Ang mga, sabi ko nga, Coach, lagi, ang mga panahon ko na kasi si Harold Alarcon eh.
Grabe yun.
Harold Alarcon, yan yung mga hinabol panahon ko eh. Manipay the digital wallet built for the community.
Kulang na lang, sabihin mo, Russell Ogana.
Yan, yung mga mga modern day na yung mga inabot. Kiefer Alas. Pat Buena through the middle. Gives it out, and that's gonna be another mid-range shot. Loria, short jumper, but still gonna be a make para dito sa QC.
Nagkakaroon na ng rhythm, no? Offensively, itong opensa ng Quezon City. The last 2 baskets coming off a pass.
And that's gonna force Coach Benji Teodoro into adjusting a few on his defensive end. You see that once again. It's a handoff on a short jumper. Not a usual play, but if you can get the basket, Then it will force the other team into a timeout, 26-20 in favor of the Tamaraws. A close game in the last game. Quezon City only winning by 1 point against Bataan. Coach Bataan, a well-respected team, a very deep lineup. But Quezon City surprising them in that last game.
One of the best games of this preseason, really. You talk about a fight. You know, both teams fought really hard. Chris Javier of Bataan made a huge three in the end. You would think that this is the end for Quezon City. Suddenly, that timeout, a little misdirection play by Coach JV. Again, that fourth quarter, Pat Buena, Hoson was their guys in the fourth, putting the ball in the hands of Agoncillo. A misdirection play, and Agoncillo took them home again for their second straight victory. They're looking for 3 straight for that solo third lead, but so far, Quezon City has been down to start this first half.
Well, getting wins from 2 big teams, Batangas, then the next one is Bataan. So now trying to get 3rd straight against Mindoro. RJ Ramirez is down on the double. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be an offensive foul dito kay RJ Ramirez. Rebounding story +7 para sa Mindoro, but turnovers +3 for Mindoro. Buena, 5 seconds far off. That's an air ball. Ball stolen by Enzo. Enzo trying to run. Pushes it to JJ. JJ with a second 3 of the ball game. 8 points in total for JJ Castro.
I could see the imprint of Coach Benji Chodoro and his coaching staff, how well they scouted itong Quezon City. You could see just Pat Buena, even though he is 5 feet beyond the arc, just putting pressure on him. That was the second time, by the way, that Pat Buena had to shoot, 5, 6 feet beyond the arc. Both were short. The last one led to this 3, by JJ Caspe.
The defense to offense para dito sa Mindoro. They are denying Pat Buena that basketball, but they will try to answer. Cedo Rifa, tinamaan sa may likod.
That's always a tough angle, no? Every time you allow the step through, and then ang step through, pakaliwa, and then you're gonna challenge on that inside hand. Oftentimes, there's contact, let alone a foul.
With 2 free throws for Quezon City. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. On the line right now. First free throw is a make. Non Lastra. They're only averaging under a point and under a rebound a ball game, but could be a good chance for Non to get his name going here. It's going to be 2 makes for Non Lastra.
I don't care if it's a guy like Lastra who doesn't play that much, but seeing Quezon City play, it feels to me that every player na pinapasok ni Coach JV, walang tapon. Just gives maximum effort on both ends. Not only that, pati offensively, parang lahat sila threat sa labas.
That's why it's so hard to defend on Quezon City. That's going to be a miss. It's a chance for QC to cut further into the lead. They go to Non. MJ looking for that post action. Oh, a beautiful could have been a good backdoor.
But this is something that they run more often, in triangle offense, that blind pick action from the weak side, just caught with extra steps.
Well, let's first turn you over to Sheila.
Yeah, so one big factor that makes Coach Benji Chodoro pleased for this preseason, yung pyesa daw na gusto niya para sa team na kuha niya. Pangalawa, ang mga homegrown ng Mindoro hindi na lamang pandagdag pero parte na ng main roster. Kasama na dyan ang mga Jays na sina JC Recto from Mapua at nagbabalik na si JJ Caspe. Versus QC, hindi pwedeng maging kampante dahil according to Coach Benji, grabe daw ang chemistry dahil school-based nga ang team. Mas bata man ang QC, makikipagsabayan daw sila sa takbuhan. At to answer your question kung related ba si MJ at Enzo Hoson, and I quote itong sagot ni Jeff Morillo, mas pogi daw si Enzo pero hindi sila related. Balik sa inyo.
That's a very Coach Jeff answer.
Yeah. that answer clearly reflects or explains kung ano talaga ibig sabihin ng pagiging biased.
No, but si Enzo daw mas pogi.
Kaya nga.
Sabi ni Coach Jeff.
Si Enzo!
Si Enzo daw
Okay.
mas pogi.
Akala ko si M, sorry. Talaga, ano, you know, at age 40-something, bingi na talaga ako.
Well, we just saw a 3 earlier by Non Lastra to cut the lead further to 4. We'll be back. We see the crowd here. Unti-unti na tayo napupuno sa Paco Arena here in Manila. It's a good crowd for a Saturday, Coach.
Always a good-sized crowd here sa Paco Arena. And obviously, it helps also pag yung mga teams na naglalaro ngayon, tulad nitong dalawang koponan na to, slowly generating momentum itong dalawang team na to.
It's going to be an exciting last game. We have the Quezon Hustlers go up against the Zamboanga Sikat. So it's going to be an exciting day of basketball ahead of us. De La Cruz, 3 seconds to shoot, kicks it out. Enzo Hoson, it's a miss. Quezon City slowly crawling up here. MJ goes out to Charles. Same action for them. They go out. Loria not successful on that shot. JV trying to call out the play here. Go to JC once again, the homegrown. Getting a lot of burn. Ken Bono on the stretch. Ken Bono, this time it's an air ball. Struggles offensively for both teams. Try to push. MJ. High ball screen with Joben. Go to Clark. Clark for the 3. It's gonna be a miss. 4 straight misses for both the teams.
So both teams really getting good looks, just unable to hit them.
JC, oh, good help coming from MJ. 2 versus 1. MJ high up in the sky. And he's able to get the basket against JV De La Cruz.
Don't you just love it when alam mong hindi chamba yung last game, but really showing your talent, starting on the defensive end. Another, I believe I can fly moment for Hoson. And showing a little bit of attitude as well. Didn't say much to De La Cruz, but you see the tongue out for MJ Hoson. MJ ba naman ang pangalan mo?
MJ ba naman ang pangalan mo? Tama, Coach.
Dapat MJ-like din yung finish. Diba?
MJ Hoson continues to give us stellar performances, but he'll be trooping to the bench to get a little rest here. Ryan Costello will get some minutes. But Coach MJ Hoson alongside Pat Buena, this is going to be a backcourt that we will be watching all throughout the season.
Totoo yan, no? And kita mo yung full court ngayon ng Quezon City after dead ball 2-2-1. Nakatao-tao sila yung last time. And they were successful at it. Nice tap from behind to get that loose ball rebound. Was that Lastra? Lastra, sorry.
Non Lastra getting another rebound right here. Yes, he's had 5 points. They go out to Loria. Costello. They're looking for an option. They just go high ball screen. Costello drives left, gives it to Lastra. He's had one. Oh, could have gotten the lead for QC. A minute left in the second quarter. They slow things down. Quezon tries to reject. Good recovery by Costello. Drives middle. JC Recto just too quick. Finishes with the left.
Well, Ken Bono was asking for the basketball, but Oson had other things in mind. Enzo Oson swinging that basketball to JC Recto, and how about the blow-by and finish with the left hand?
And JC Recto proving to everybody that he is a homegrown that is worth watching. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Costello on the float. It's a miss. And the past 2 possessions has been a little bit hard for Quezon City. That forces them into a timeout with 14 seconds left on their shot clock. (31-28), 24 seconds remaining on the second quarter game clock. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
So dalawang bagay lang yan eh. Either shy type siya o hindi siya nagpaalam sa magulang niya.
Na manonood.
Kasi minsan Sabado may mga pasok din yan eh.
Tama.
Diba?
But we have a lot of people here, surprisingly, on a Saturday. Javi Palanya as well in attendance. You see that smirk,
Yeah.
you see that smile.
Looking like the Godfather. That smirk, huh?
And
Javi,
that trademark black shirt
Yeah.
of Javi Palanya. Anywhere,
Siyempre.
everywhere.
Alam mo na
Lagi
yan.
yung,
Siyempre, lagi kang mas mukhang payat pag itim eh.
Yes, that's right.
Talinong tao talaga yan si Javi.
Yeah. Going back to the game, we have 14 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if this is going to be something they can execute. They go to MJ. Clark on the ball screen. Hawson, a lot of space. Couldn't make it. Last shot time para dito sa QC. Hawson versus Hawson. Enzo fights over. There's not a make. Costello with another rebound. 1 second. Can he make it? That's just 5 straight misses for Quezon City to end the second quarter. But coach, a big run here in the second quarter. Quezon City winning this quarter by 6 to cut the lead to 3.
Well, something we mentioned earlier because ganun din yung nangyari. Last game nila, scoring only 13 but scoring more in the second quarter. To your point, ganun nga nangyari. 18 to 12 second quarter, Quezon City ang nanalo ron.
Nagbabalik ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Preseason 2026 and for this halftime makakasama natin ang team coordinator ng QC, Chiki Alcala. Yes, hi, after the second quarter, dikit ng laban pero you are in the 3 winning game streak. Now, how do you plan to sustain itong energy na to dahil napaka-importante ng laro na to?
Talagang napakaganda nung naging resulta after winning 3 consecutive wins lately. So actually, I would like to commend ang ginagawa ng coaching staff, especially si Coach JB Olea kasi yung passion, yung hard work, saka yung mga sacrifices na binibigay niya sa team namin talaga namang nagbubunga kasi kahit 1 point lang lamang or 10 points still, nanalo kami. At ngayon, nakikita namin yung system, nakukuha na ng mga player and nag-stick kami dun sa game plan na kung ano yung dapat namin i-implement during the game, dapat may execute ng mas maayos.
At syempre, we're hoping na mas magiging ganda pa ang performance. Ayan, meron ka bang mga papasalamatan o pabatian? Go ahead.
Oh yes, so marami akong babatiin. So thank you to our team manager, Sir Nico Estrada, our owner ng Gardner College, Sir Daniel Onchoco, Riz Cartel, Coach B Sportswear, Ignite Basketball, Big Taste Food Garage, Mama's Boys Production, at syempre Nathan Studios. And I would like to invite yung ating mga kababayan sa USA and Canada. Please watch and support I'm Perfect showing na sa cinemas on March 13. And belated happy birthday kay Mama Rose. And advance happy birthday kay Sir Art at sa Ninang ng Bayan, Mang Wem Corpus. And sa lahat ng mga kababaihan na nandito at nanonood, Happy Women's Month sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat. Happy Women's Month. Syempre mga kaliga at tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang aksyon. Kaya dyan lamang tayo ko dahil magbabalik pa ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Preseason 2026.
halftime here at the Paco Arena in Manila. And so far, Mindoro is still up by 3 points. They were leading by as much as 10 points, but Quezon City able to get a run back, only down by 3 here, Coach.
Well, because of the big second quarter that they had, you see these highlights, that strong move by Clark Dirigue. This was the transition 3 by De La Cruz, but rebounding, you mentioned this, bago matapos yung second quarter, controlled by Mindoro. Turnovers, by Quezon City had less, I believe, compared to Mindoro, kept them in the game, but you see the field goal percentages, both teams shooting under 40%. Second chance points, 9 points for Mindoro of the 6 offensive rebounds. Now, we mentioned that because Quezon City actually had a little more rebounds than them, but because ang Mindoro, they were able to convert yung mga offensive rebounds na yun kahit na mas konti yung sa kanila. Now, you look at the numbers, JJ Caspe, he might be the type, or he is actually the top scorer in the first half, but I thought he did an excellent job on the defensive end, specifically checking itong si Pat Buena. So talk about a two-way player, nabanggit mo rin ito, on point, itong si JJ Caspe.
JJ Caspe, leading scorer so far for Mindoro with 8 points. MJ Oson on the other end, continuing his stellar performances. Lastra with 5, Dirigue with 3. But so far, Coach, one of the storylines here in this ball game, Pat Buena, not the same type. He was averaging 14 points a ball game. He has exploded in the last 4. But today, well defended by no other than JJ Caspe.
But so if you're Mindoro, you cannot celebrate. Pat Buena is not going to start the third quarter. Coach JV opting to go for De La Cruz in Lastra. Guys who don't usually start at least the third quarter. I say that because Pat Buena in the last game, medyo similar. Ganito yung sitwasyon. Papasok ng fourth quarter, parang 3 points pa lang man siya nun, but had 7 points in the fourth quarter.
That's something that we will be looking at. Pat Buena can get hot in an instant, but first play executed to perfection. QC right away, getting the 2. It's only a 1-point lead. De La Cruz goes to Tibayan. Want to hand it off, denied by Charles. They go to JV on the other end, stolen by Non. They go to the runners, nothing there. Charles says, we have to wait. They go outside. Joben holding that ball. Sorry, that's Jake. Charles, 2-man game, 6 on the shot clock. Charles tries to go under, tapped by Caspe. 3 versus 3. De La Cruz. They go outside. Tibayan sets it up. Caspe. Drive, spin. A little deep. Then Jonas Tibayan able to fish for a foul.
A good job to go inside if you're Mindoro. I think every team that plays Quezon City has to have a conscious effort of playing inside out because, I think it's very evident. Obviously not the tallest team in the league, itong Quezon City, but they make it up with their effort on the defensive end. So to take advantage of that, you gotta either pound it inside or attack them through dribble penetrations. That time, a little big-to-big action. And Jonas Tibayan ends up at the free throw line.
That's why we'll go 1 out of 2 here. Go to Non. Non was actually averaging less than 1 point a ball game, but today, Coach, a lot more burn, a lot more playing time. Already with 5 points in the game is Non Lastra. A bump in the finish. Sorry, that's out. They go back out to Clark. Off the catch, it's a miss. Rebounded by Marion Magat. Just soaring high above everybody.
That's a big boy rebound among all the other trees.
6'6" or 6'7" even, Marion Magat with the rebound.
Well, he needed all the inches of his height to get that.
JV with a swing. Caspe. Oh. Napasundot si Charles. Sabi nga ng mga coaches, wag susundot. That is something that the coaches stand by on, and we see the reason why.
Unless it's a clear steal. Because you gamble, and suddenly it's a blow-by and either forces the help or that time forces you to foul and force Caspe to get to the line.
And I think that forces Coach JV to substitute Charles De La Cruz as well. They'll be trying some new energy. Daryl Karangian will head on over Always quality minutes and quality energy, especially on the pressure side. JJ Caspe, first guy in double digits in today's ball game. 10 points. See our leaderships dito. Commissioner Emerson Nareta. The peacemaker, Rudy
Yes, sir.
Distrito. We have to highlight that as it's a change of moniker.
Yeah,
Change of moniker na ba tayo?
But dapat lang kasi head of security na siya. Agoncillo, back-to-back baskets. Yes. 5 points for Agoncillo. In the last game, he had 9 points. Juanito, 6 in the fourth quarter. He was scoreless in the first half. So, he's heating up.
7 points in the ball game for Jake Agoncillo. He is averaging... no clear averages for Jake Agoncillo. He gets a whistle. It's going to be called down. Could have been the lead for Quezon City.
Well, how about-
JV with a smirk.
How about the track of the loose ball? And you just saw, displaying his athleticism. That's only 2 dribbles across half court and get to the rim before the foul.
Coach, how much of a factor will youth be for Quezon City in a long season?
I think it's going to be a factor. That's why I think adding a couple more veterans, which they did already today in Costello, and maybe a Ryan Publico. Ryan, right?
Ray Publico.
A Ray Publico, a big man, a veteran. From what I hear, I think it's going to be huge for them because even though a young team like Quezon City, youthful team, there has to be some veterans. No? That's usually the formula to success.
And that's good news for the Quezon City fans as marami pong pangalan na madadagdag dito. Tibayan putting the ball down. Tibayan once again will be trooping to the line. Torres Tibayan has been aggressive here in the third quarter. Torres Tibayan here in our preseason, averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds a ball game in 16 minutes of play. Coach Jonas Tibayan has been a staple for Mindoro, but they add on a few more talents. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Coach, do you think he will still be playing a big role para dito sa Mindoro?
Well, Jonas Tibayan, one thing that you could count on is that obviously the physicality. First, it's good to see him back after the incident last year. And 2 incidents actually. But to your question, I think Jonas, because of his experience, from Chiang Kai-shek, played under Coach Gold, and then NU, for college, he brings a lot of toughness to the team. Minsan, sobra, yes, but you're gonna need players like him, especially against the big boys in this league, the Abras, the Binyans, who have a wealth of big men. Minsan, pag yung mga bagito na big men ang tinapat mo sa mga tulad nila Mark Pingres at nila Patino,
That's right.
at marami pa ako namimiss, ang end up nun, chibugan eh.
So going to be playing a big role is Jonas Tibayan, but there's a whistle. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be foul number 4 on Quezon City with still 6 minutes 30. So next foul will be free throws for Mindoro. JV pressured by Darrell. Drop pass, well read. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Not comfortable on the left is Marion. Ball goes on the side of QC. Darren Karamian calls a play.
Chance to tie or take the lead for Quezon City after their 2-point lead early in the first quarter.
Darren Karamian, it's a miss. Ball does not go the side of QC. They try to push the ball. JV open for 3. Too long for JV.
They have numbers if they rush this. 3 white shirts still in the backcourt.
Clark
That's a foul.
able to read, able to get the foul in the basket. Coach, you were saying they can run, able to read that well. It's Clark
If you're Coach Benji, you cannot be happy with the effort because Pat Buena held the basketball for about 3 seconds after he got that loose ball rebound. And everybody was just watching. But Clark Dirigue had other things in mind, showing a different facet to his game. Court to court, 3-point play pa.
Coach, pinag-usapan namin si Clark Dirigue for a few games, a stretch for a guy who can... But Coach, today, he is showing so much more in this game. And it's just good to see Clark Dirigue add and show out once again here here for Quezon City.
One thing's for sure, yung huling ginawa niya, hindi kaya nung kamukha niya na si Horace Grant.
Coach, Ngayon ko nga lang na he does have similarities to Horace Grant.
Para sa mga batang nanonood, i-google nyo na lang po. Ano lang naman yun, I think 5-time NBA champion.
That's right.
3 with the Bulls, 2 with the Lakers.
Perfect numbers for look at Clark Derigue once again. Same role as well, coach. That quality guy, that 4 position.
Horace Grant was really good.
He was.
He was like the American version of Bong Hawkins. A more athletic. If you remember Bong Hawkins,
course, coach,
right?
of
Bong
course.
Hawkins.
But I remember him as my
legend.
coach.
Correct. A legend. Sure ball sa perimeter, which Horace Grant is, di ba? And a reliable big man. Yun si Horace Grant. Kaya that's actually a big compliment.
That is gonna be a big compliment for whoever gets compared. As we see Bam Bam Gamalinda, as you were saying, coach, he is coming off a surgery, but he will be ready to go come our regular season. But he is still in attendance here today, trying to support the Mindoro Tamaraws.
And he's not going to be Bam Bam to start the season. He's going to be Mask Bam Bam.
Masked Bam Bam. I remember kinikwento mo, coach, off-air, you were pressuring him because he will be wearing a mask that he needs to be like Kobe and get to MVP numbers. Coach, grabe naman.
That's really up to
yung
him.
pressure.
That's
Grabe.
really up to him. Nice.
Caspe dropping it to Jonas Tibayan. It's been a terrific third quarter for Jonas.
Now, Caspe, he's been really good today, whether scoring, defending that time, driving and dishing.
JJ Caspe, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. A complete game for JJ. They have a 3-point lead. MJ driving left,
Good
getting a
pass.
body, goes to Loria, and he is comfortable on that mid-range. Coach, it's a little old school, but Loria is making it work.
That's true, but that's a mistake defensively by Mindoro. The last thing that you want is to have 2 on the ball. They had 3 kay Hoson, so Hoson did an excellent job of drawing the defense and passing at the last moment.
Want to try to go high-low to JC Recto, but he was denied. That's going to be a turnover on Jonas Tibayan.
Again, Juanito, another chance for Quezon City to take the lead after such a long time.
They've been knocking on the doors of Mindoro, coach, but they just could not get the handle of the lead. Is this the opportunity? Let's see. They go high post. They hand it off to Daryl. Sorry, it's a fake handoff. They go to Buena. They've been trying to set him up, but he has not been successful. The ball is tapped. The ball will stay with Mindoro.
So failing, no, to take the lead because the opportunities have been there. Sabi mo nga, but one thing they could run for Pat Buena, which I've seen them done in the past few weeks, is yung mga Iverson action coming from the free throw line, getting a screen there. He's really good at that, or there's mga staggered screens. Let's see, if they could set up Buena sa mga ganun actions.
Coach, Pat Buena has been cold the whole ball game. Do you think they should continue to get him heated up, or should they look for another option at this point?
I do. I still do, because I think he's a guy, he's the threat. Pinaghandaan siya, obviously. So, minsan ang nasa utak din ng depensa, when he gets the ball, they're going to execute their game plan. Whether it's, sending him baseline, icing ball screens, or, whatever schemes they have prepared for him. So that means you could create an advantage sa mga ganong sitwasyon. You could still use him and then create an open shot, whether for himself or para sa iba.
That's a great point coming from Coach Christian. Obviously, an offensive coach. And Coach Christian looking at the options. Coach, pati ako, Coach, kukunin ko yung mga yan, Coach. Sa team ko, anuhin ko yung mga options na yan. Dadalhin ko rin yan.
I'll be glad to help.
Jonas Tibayan, 8 points here. It's been a crucial third quarter, but he's been struggling on the line. He is 4 out of 8. Oh, they go a little bit faster. Almost a turnover for Jokno.
Jokno, medyo tahimik din ngayong laro, no? Ayan na!
Buena. It's always a straight line, but still too long for Pat Buena.
Which is really a sign of a shooter. Ang pinag-uusapan na lang doon kung malakas o mahina. Pero
Coach,
laging straight line.
You feel the fan base of Pat Buena. Coach, kahit yung mga fans ng Quezon, tsaka ng Zamboanga dito sa likod natin, parang tumatayo.
May anticipation,
The production team, Pat Buena is really making a name for himself here in our preseason, but they are down by 3. Caspe the leading scorer in today's ball game. Rebounded by JC.
This could be a basket timeout situation for Coach JV, especially if it's a 3.
Ramirez could not get a handle, but Caspe gets it back. 14 on the shot clock. Size advantage to JJ. Step back, straight line, just short. Numbers for QC. They go to the trailer. But Enzo Hoson will get a hand. That's going to be 2 free throws.
Well, we talked about the effort defensively for Mindoro. That 3-point play by Clark Dirigen moments ago. That time they did a better job because Baguno, excuse me. If he opted to pass kay Pat Buena sa corner dahil sumalo, no, yung tao niya na si Enzo Hoson, that would have been a steal because of the effort ni Ramirez to switch to the corner. But instead, he was fouled and fails to hit the first free throw.
We are 6 out of 11 today's game. Make that 7 out of 12. Not the best outing for QC.
I love, the flow and the pace, especially this third quarter. Both teams competing, both teams fighting and doing their best not to allow the other teams to score, but Jokno has other things in mind. A steal quickly off the inbounds sa backcourt.
Denial successful para dito kay Jokno, able to get that steal. Ken's Ray Jokno. Coach, you've been saying he's had a quiet game. He's averaging 9.5 points a game. Usually one of the top scorers para dito sa QC, but he has yet to make an impact. Only 2 points in this game.
And I'm checking, he's not even in foul trouble. He has yet to commit a foul, actually, because sometimes yun yung mga rason eh. And sometimes it just happens. It may be part of the process. I believe this is his second year in the MPBL. I think Ken told me that he suited up before for another team. I just forgot who, but it's going to be a part of the growth, his growth here in the MPBL, especially for his squad.
MoneyPay, the digital wallet built for the community. 41-40. It's been a tight third quarter, and this is the opportunity that we've been talking about. But once again, RJ Ramirez with the steal, the spin, but the block! The recovery by MJ Hoson.
Let me say it, blocked by Hoson.
But Pat Buena still couldn't make the 3. Coach, that was perfect. It does look like. But it's not an LJ, it's an MJ Hoson.
Sayang lang, no? Hindi nila na-convert sa kabila. Again, a chance to take the lead after a terrific stop. And they failed to do so. Let's see if Mindoro can extend their lead with this possession.
Ken, this time around, try to go behind the back. They have a chance. Aaron Maguno. 2 versus 1. It's still a miss, Coach. So could not get the lead.
Excellent challenge by Sidorifa. A lot of players will be undisciplined to commit a foul. Send the guy to the free throw line. Vertical challenge, force the miss.
JJ Caspe once again able to get a foul here. Dami ng free throws into JJ Caspe. Still the leading scorer in today's ball game. JJ with 14 with 6 free throws.
Well, I cannot tell you how important that basket-saving play was defensively by Sidorifa. We talk about the art of the mid-range, right? Oftentimes. How about the art of challenging? Tulad nun, ni Sidorifa. Sometimes, there's an art in terms of how you challenge vertically. Sometimes not being disciplined, creating contact, especially if it's a terrific offensive player, you send it to the line. Things like that, wala sa stat sheet, but important sa team mo.
Sabi nga nila, sakit ng bata, but Sidorifa, Coach, showing his veteran presence in that defensive end.
Tama ka dyan.
2-point lead still for Mindoro. 1 out of 2 is JJ Caspe. They go to MJ Hoson outside. They go for a pick and pop. Baguno, pass fake for the 3. Doesn't go in.
Medyo maalat sila, itong last 5 plays. A lot of good looks though.
Recto. Could have been a basket. Sidorifa. Too strong. Numbers once again for QC. MJ, 1 pass.
Oh my gosh.
Goes over. Nagluksong baka sila doon, Coach.
I tell you, looking at Pat Salenga now, our official photographer, she better have that picture right here.
Yun. Pasok pa sa next round ng luksong baka yun.
I completely forgot about that game. That's a game, right?
Yes, coach. That's a Filipino game.
Yan yung mga piko.
Yan,
piko,
yes.
diba?
Luksong tinik.
Oh my
diba?
gosh. I miss Chinese garter.
Oh yes, tama ko.
Gusto ko
Yan
laro
ang
yun.
yan ang mga magpapataas ng talon ng mga
Agawan
kabataan.
base.
Agawan base, patintero. Yan ang mga ano. At obviously doon, pasok si JC Recto sa next round ng luksong baka. For the 3, JV. Both teams, there has been a cap.
Ang bilis ni Hoson.
Oh my God, MJ! Court to court. MJ Hoson clearly proving that he deserves that MJ name. Now gets the steal for the 3. Just could not make it. Chance for Mindoro. De La Cruz. They go back to Bono. De La Cruz. They kick it out. Sedorifa still struggling. Bono saving the ball. 14 seconds on the game clock. 7 on the shot clock. 2-second difference. Ramirez gets fouled. That's going to be a bad foul.
That's a
coach.
penalty. Yeah, that's a poor foul. That's a penalty na, no?
Now, Coach JV is not happy with that foul. They were up. They had a chance to get the ball back with 3 seconds left. But RJ Ramirez now the chance to get the lead to end the third quarter.
I tell you, this has been one of the more entertaining games considering how sluggish they have been offensively of missing shots from one end to another. Usually, ano na tayo rito eh, makakatulog na tayo.
Yes.
Dahil ang basketball, you know, as much as defense wins championships, syempre yung importante pa rin yung shoot.
The entertainment value is always on the basket.
Diba?
But I think, Coach, it's the intent. Both teams are trying. These are good shots.
Exactly.
These are shots that they can make. But let's see. 7 seconds. Karangian trying to push. Karangian goes outside. Joko for the 3. It's been a struggle still.
Pero muntik na yun, no? Taas talaga ng jump shot itong si Jokno. Again, another chance to take the lead and to start the fourth. Mindoro will have first possession to try to extend that lead.
Coach, let's just watch a few of the highlights right here. It's been an up and down third quarter, but still with a 2-point lead is Mindoro.
Well, I am going to crucify Direk kung wala dito. Yung coast to coast. Ito ang pinaka-importante sa
Yes,
lahat.
the highlight that made Coach Christian stand here in the third quarter.
Oo, grabe. Pero ito, ang ganda rin ng layup ni JJ Caspe who's been having a solid game. Mindoro up to.
Fourth quarter is among us. A great game we're having here, Coach. 44-42, only a 2-point lead for Mindoro. It's experience versus youth. An exciting ball game we are having right now, Coach.
And a nice play to start the fourth quarter. In a ball screen because how, you know, yung hedge, yung pag-hard hedge ng Quezon City, they use that to their advantage by using the second feeder. Napasahan si Recto after that quick roll to the basket.
Great execution to start the quarter, extend the lead to 4. Coach
Ayan, kita-kita mo yung intention ni Jonas Tibayan because he's a guy na hindi mo naman lalabasan. You know, he's not the type of that can knock down a shot from the outside, but they use him as a second feeder for that high-low action.
Karamihan on the other end, that's a little too deep, but on the offensive rebound, Aaron Baguno getting that putback. Lead is back to 2 for Mindoro. Recto pushing the ball.
You see how Quezon City is trapping and then recovering sa backcourt. Sedorifa with a nice look, wala.
Sedorifa in this ball game, still a big struggle. He is 0 out of 3. On the 3, that's a miss.
Nice rebound.
Offensive rebound. Jake Agoncillo getting that putback, tying the ball game once again. We have to check with our stats man. Pang ilan na to na tie? It's 11.
Oh,
It's
no,
11.
I meant 11 offensive
Oh,
rebounds
11 offensive
for
rebounds.
Quezon City.
Recto on the drive, trap. De La Cruz for the 3. The outside game has not been working anymore.
Well, excellent late trap by Lastra. You know, sometimes yung mga ganon, wido na lang ng mga player yun eh. Nagulat na lang si Recto pag ikot niya. You know, meron ng bantay ron, but Recto did a good job staying composed, finding the open man. It's just a little pesky, no? Itong depensa ng Quezon City, and then they get the stop. Ang ganda ng laban na to.
Ganda, Coach. We are enjoying this. If you guys can see me and Coach Christian, we are all smiles. We are enjoying this match.
And this is how every MPBL game should be.
The competition is high, and they tend to forget, Coach, that we are in the preseason. Oh, Ramirez, quick hands on the cross. Ramirez on the left side, able to use his body.
What a rebound!
JC Recto, third try, basket and the foul for JJ Caspe. 17 mid points for JJ.
I want to correct myself because JJ Caspe, he is not having a quiet, solid game. He is having a noisy, big game. He's the only one scoring in double figures so far para sa Mindoro, 17 as you mentioned, and also has 5 rebounds, a steal, a block. He's been all over the floor.
You know, Coach, we've always credited how complete his ball game is, just missing on the free throw right there, but making a big impact as well here in today's game. They are up by 2, they get the ball back. Let's see what the play is here. They go to Recto up top. Oh, quick drive by JC. But MJ quick to block it. Just not allowing any basket.
That was an emphatic block and a big block nonetheless. Kasi 3-point play yun kung hindi niya napalpal yun.
Kala ko sabihin mo na naman, blocked by MJ.
Blocked by MJ.
Oh, guys, you have to see. You have to replay that chase down block by MJ Hoson. Came out of nowhere.
Parang pinatay yung lambok sa board.
That's right. That was
Pero
emphatic.
Etong huli hindi basta-basta yung pinalpal niya. JC Recto.
That's right, Coach. And he was on the help side.
Correct.
He's a guard. So, talagang ine-excite na tayo nitong si MJ Hoson. But what's important here is JC Recto making the 2 free throws to extend the lead to 4 points. JC Recto 11 points and 7 rebounds this game. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Set the play in. Go back to this play. They try to go the elevator for MJ. Quick jab, goes to the middle. Loria, basket and the foul. But when one thing happens here, there's always an answer on the other end.
This is just a poor job of, executing defensively. You never allow the offense to reject the ball screen because every time you reject the ball screen, you allow that. The offensive player is beating 2 defenders, but how about the connection between Hoson and Loria? That was a tight pass to execute, let alone a tight basket to make. 3-point play pa.
That will cut the lead to 1 here. Still in favor of Mindoro, but a huge play. They have 8 minutes left. They go to Recto on the middle. They're playing small ball. They're putting JC Recto on the 4. So that's going to be a turnover in JC.
Again, another chance in this possession for QC to take the lead.
They have not been successful. Itong Quezon City, they go to Clark on the middle. Is there still a cap? That's a clear turnover. Clark was trying to fish for a foul.
Offense just going nowhere to start with. Ends up in a turnover.
Pressure once again coming from QC. We go forward to JC. We go to JV once again. Finally, a three. They've been trying to set up that corner, coach, but finally they find him in making that three.
Well, that could be an important basket, Juanito. Especially if they get a stop here and maybe another basket could force a timeout. Suddenly, things like those in the game, even though in 7 minutes remaining, can spell the outcome or the result of the game. This is a crucial drive by MJ Hoson. Gets himself to the line.
Two free throws for MJ Hoson. We just saw 4 deadlocks and 4 lead changes. Let's watch this again, coach. JC Recto through the middle, attracts the defenders and gets the three.
A nice way to make up for his previous turnover after he lost the ball driving to his left. And that time, pinakita niya, no? Drive pa kaliwa, kaya ko to. Chamba lang nung nag-turnover ako and makes the nice decision to kick it out to the open corner.
Coach, how are you liking the versatility of JC Recto? He started the game as their forward in the backcourt, but now he's playing that 4 position for Mindoro right now, making things faster.
I love it. I love it a lot. I could tell you now, he's one of my favorite players early in the season because number one, I like his approach to the game. I don't know him. Okay, I don't have any information how he works, how he practices. I just base it on the things I see on the court. But he looks to be a workhorse. It's like every game he just plays hard. Every time you have a hard worker na pinapakita niya, no? And a talent like that, athleticism, ang equivalent nun, explosiveness.
And a proud homegrown as well. So I'm
Sa
sure
Mindoro,
the
tama.
arena has got some talent right here, but meron tayong konting action dito. There's a little bit of a physicality.
Si Cyril Gonzalez lang yata ang hindi athletic, galing Mapua eh.
Oh, coach, even in his own way, Cyril Gonzalez can jump.
He is. I'm just kidding. Bata natin yan.
Oh, yes. But there's a little bit of action. Merong konting kantian. There's a little bit of an extension. I think they're gonna review. They're gonna review here kung meron bang anything extra. RJ Ramirez not happy with the flop. MJ not happy with the extension. So I'm not so sure what the call will be here.
Technical foul on number 16, RJ Ramirez. For unsportsmanlike behavior, second infraction. Second foul.
Flop.
on
Medyo
RJ
delayed.
Ramirez.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know na ang middle name pala ni Hoson ay Pinisi.
So marami na siyang coach, no? So MJ, may Michael Jordan, may Pinisi, may LeBron.
After seeing the replay,
May LeBron. He's a mix of a lot of players. Pati last name nakuha rin. Kapangalan pa ng player ng Mindoro.
MJ, you know, you're becoming a fan favorite in the league. Please don't do that again.
You are gonna be a character for days to come. Coach, let's talk about MJ Hoson. Just the numbers right here.
Fire away.
12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Complete once again. Ramirez goes to Recto. Now he stretches the floor. It's a miss for JC. Buena stops, fakes again. Buena for 3. Could have been a highlight for QC. Everybody was ready to explode here in Paco. Ramirez now on the horn screen. Recto drives left. He likes that left side. Gives it to Caspe. And that's a huge 3. Whenever Quezon City knocks on the door, there is always an answer for Mindoro.
Well, they're putting the ball in the hands of what seems to be their best decision maker, JC Recto, making that happen. Another drive and kick situation and another 3.
JC Recto making things happen right here on the other end. An answer from Clark Dirigue. Mindoro just could not shy away. There's always an answer for every problem, Coach.
Sa basketball, hindi ka pwedeng mahiyain. At yun ang pinapakita ng dalawang kupunan. One answer after another.
Jab for jab, swing for swing, haymaker for haymaker. We have a ball game right here. Caspe, two-man game, drives base. There's a double. That's going to be a turnover. MJ Hawson tries to outrun, goes for the Euro, drops it, and there's a whistle. It's going to be a foul down low.
I don't know about you, Juanito. That sidestep was the longest east to west sidestep I've seen in my life. That was from the left block. Look at the
Coach, let's
sidestep.
watch it again, Coach.
The left block to the other block. Almost. Ako nasaktan para sa kanya. Grabe. That would have been a highlight kung hindi nag-end up na foul yun, no? Pero dahil penalty na Mindoro, again, failing. But they have another chance to take the lead with this free throw.
Tinawid.
Oh my goodness.
Tinawid ang QC to Manila. Welcome Rotonda to Paco. Let's turn you over to Sheila.
Yes, Quezon City recognizes na limited ang production ni Pat Buena dahil sa depensa ng Mindoro. Pero sabi ni Coach Jeff Murillo, meantime, decoy lang daw muna siya. Pero short-term memory, pag open, he has the license to shoot. On the other hand, it might seem like rattled ang Mindoro sa full court press. Pero sabi ng coaches, hindi yon ang problema nila, kundi ang decision making. They can break the press, but their secondary offense, yon ang may problema. Balik sa inyo.
And right on cue, right on point. Itong report ni Sheila, the turnover of Enzo Hawson on one end turns out to be a basket here for Quezon City. Coach, don't look now. Quezon City finally with the lead.
How about an unconventional fast break play? How often do you see the 4 guy leading the break, passing it to the 5 guy for the finish? Yun yung nangyari para sa Quezon City. Now they take the lead. Now they have a chance to extend the lead.
Play is called by MJ Hawson. He has been playing terrific the past few games. Goes high-low. No option, but Clark able to recover. Clark with the left. Deep down low. 13 big points for Clark Dirigue.
On cue yung sinabi mo because they are just reaching deep inside their hearts and fighting through this one. Ito puso na lang to eh. Clark Dirigue had a turnover using his left hand couple plays earlier. That time, different result.
Pat Buena in their last game against Bataan, 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. The whole season, he's been a revelation, averaging 14 points. But coach, tonight, a struggle for Pat Buena.
4 points, 1 of 10. He does have 6 assists, but what I like about him, even though quote-unquote he's just a rookie, I don't see the frustration in him, even though he's struggling. A lot of players, especially as a rookie, makikita mo yung expression sa mukha, body language, nagbabago. Pat Buena's expression has still been the same, but you talk about a guy without any expressions, just cold-blooded. Enzo Hawson is his name, not MJ.
Big corner 3 coming from Enzo Hawson to extend the lead. To cut the lead down to 1 here. Coach, we are having a great ball game. Buena from far out. Pat Buena from Quezon City to Paco, Manila, getting that 3. Coach, that's a crazy 3.
And I tell you, these two teams is like your suitor in high school na sinasagot ka lagi nung nililigawan mo. Bawat play, sagot ng sagot, oo, pasok.
This is the ball game that we are having. On the other end, JJ Caspe. Coach, just a few minutes ago, may takip na. Yung parehas na ring. Now, no one can miss from the outside.
Ayoko na. I am lost for words. Let's just watch.
Let's go to the side of Quezon City. Let's see if there's an answer once again. None. They're gonna try to create for the corners. A turnover. Ball goes to side. Quick hands. And good decision. They don't go for the steal.
And you gotta credit Enzo Hoson, who made a big shot couple plays back in the corner. He was the one who was responsible for that turnover. Active hands, steal. Now they have this possession.
Magic Bunot on the side of Mindoro. Enzo Hoson providing quality minutes in the end game. 2 minutes and 47 left. Enzo stops his dribble. Only 4 seconds. They go give and go. He gets bumped. And Coach Enzo Hoson has been crucial this past minute.
Has always been a smart player. A former Ateneo Blue Eaglet, former NU Bulldog. That time I thought without the whistle he was going to pass to the corner, but because he heard the whistle, okay, binato niya na, no? Tinira niya na para sa free throw line siya.
Enzo Hoson in today's ball game. 17 minutes of play. Has 6 points and 4 rebounds. Itong si Enzo Hoson, but can't extend that here. Sorry, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for Enzo Hoson. Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community, misses on the first free throw. Now the tables have turned. Ito namang Mindoro ang sumusubok, kumatok on the doors of Quezon City. Second free throw for Enzo. He is 0 out of 2. Crucial play para dito sa Quezon City. We'll go to Loria. Little zoom action. MJ 1-on-1 against Enzo. Kicks it out. Clark to the left. Clark with a spin. Clark could not get a balance.
Excellent stand defensively by Mindoro. Clark Derigue has been really good this second half. You know, he's one of 2 players in Quezon City scoring in double figures. The leading scorer actually, 13 points, 9 in the second half. That time though, he was checked after that second move, traveling in spin.
They'll pull the chair of Clark Derigue. Pagkakataon para sa Mindoro. JC gives it up to JJ. Or gets it to Jonas. Fake pass. Jonas on the drive and Jonas with a finish.
Somebody wake me up. I thought it was Draymond Green executing a fake handoff to perfection.
We are gonna see that again. Watch this. Fake handoff. Everybody follows Clark. Late on the recovery.
And a little hang time too with that finish above Loria.
But most importantly, he gets the lead back to Mindoro. Commissioner Emerson still here. Of course, our peacemaker Rudy Distrito in attendance here in the 4th quarter of our first game. Coach, 64-63. It's been a terrific battle for both of the teams. Coach, we were excited before the game, pero Coach, mukhang in-exceed nila yung expectations natin dito sa larong ito.
More than that, really. It's every fans, commentators, players, coaches' dreams to witness games like this. How we wish that every game could be like this. The
Yes,
reality is,
competitive, yes.
right? The reality is, hindi ganyan, kahit sa NBA. Di ba? But while it is happening, let's just treasure the moment.
You know, Coach, both coach basketball We see the stress in both of these coaches. We're just relieved that we are here on the other side of the court. Let's see the last 2 minutes of the game. 1 minute 50 to be exact. See the scoring this quarter, 21-20. But the inexperience we just saw in that last play, it's a turnover for Quezon City.
Now that is turnover number 15 para sa Quezon, but it feels like that turnover was one of the few, if not the first one, that's really a miscue. No, hindi sila nagkatugma.
Let's see if Mindoro can capitalize. Goes corner. J.V. De La Cruz trying to put a period on this fourth quarter. Let's watch this again, coach. Look at that kick out to an open JV.
And that three was the 10th three-point shot made by Mindoro. And to your point, another drive and kick situation.
It has been a successful this past few minutes. MJ trying to answer. MJ Hoson on the other end. Coach, we need a dictionary to describe this game. Coach, kasi ako ubos na rin ako, coach.
Grabe to. Sinagot ka na nga. Talaga naghahanap ka ba ng ibang sagot? Kumbaga, sa magjowa, sa mga salita nyo ngayong mga bata.
Recto swings it over. Then go to JJ. It's going to be a high screen. JJ rejects it. JJ with the drive. It's too strong. Quezon City with a chance.
I thought MJ had an opening, a slight opening if he didn't pull that one back.
Let's see what the decision will be. High ball screen.
Watch out for Pat Bueno
MJ.
on the weak side.
They go under. Ooh, just a little too short, but MJ with a rebound. Trying to fish. From the back, MJ De La Cruz gets a steal. They go middle, on the trail, drops it in. And the sorry miss for QC. The crowd just erupts on that miss.
Oh, I tell you, so many highlights in that sequence, but the biggest one to me was this steal right here. Look at how he tippy-toes on the sideline right in front of us.
And that's clean. That's a good non-call. Quick touch passing. Just could not get a basket.
Palagay ko, nabanggit mo kanina, iluksumba ka. Magaling magpatingtero itong si ano.
Kompleto,
Si Hoson.
kompleto ang ating Philippine games dito sa ating laro. 67 all, 32 seconds remaining. Second free throw goes 1 out of 2. 67 all with 30 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I never thought I would say this, but this is, I don't mind if this game goes into overtime.
Let's see how big this play will be. JJ all alone. Asks for a screen. Rejects once again. JJ to Enzo for the three. That's long. Put back by JC. Right place, right time. 71-69.
Offensive rebounding has been a big part for both teams. Offensive rebound number 12. Excellent drive and kick, and oftentimes when you create open shots, even if it's a miss, it creates offensive rebounds. JC Recto, certainly right place at the right time.
Big man, baka mag-zone ha. Pero kumbaga ready lang tayo. Kahit mag-zone, gagawin natin to. Okay? MJ. Nonon. Pat screen. Okay? Dito lang ha, sa gitna ha. Okay, dito lang. Okay? Corner go nun. Maliwanag. Okay, pag-receive, pagka-screen mo, sundan mo. Okay, sundon. Okay, pagbigay ng bola dito, pak! MJ, pang! Hit si MJ dito. Maliwanag? Baka hindi maibigay ni Pat, screen na to. Okay, Pat, atakihin mo to, improve ka, isang big man pumunta na dito. Pag-libre na yun dyan. Pag-libre, tira mo. Maliwanag? Okay? Listen. Pagbigay kay Pat, screen na dito. Aaron, ikaw na dito. Joven, ikaw dito. Atake. Replace tayo, MJ. Pagbigay kay MJ, atake ulit. May screen na yun. Aaron, ikaw mag-screen.
Switch. Okay? 1-2 for switch. Dito sa inbound nila.
No three, no foul! No three, no foul!
Coach, you saw both huddles, a beautiful chess match between these coaches, but obviously looks like they're going to MJ Hoson here in this last play.
Yeah, to create something. Pat Buena is going to have the ball himself. I think this is a crucial inbound. First of all, to get the ball inbounds and to delay whatever action Quezon City is running. Now, let's not forget, Mindoro is only up by 2. So the last thing you want to give up here, if you're Mindoro, is a 3.
Both teams are in penalty here. They trap. Starting there, 6 seconds left. They hand it off. Buena for the 3. Buena in and out! And there's gonna be a jump, coach, but that was in and out for Pat Buena.
So they're gonna review this, obviously. It's not clear to our angle. Malayo tayo ron, no? But almost that shot by Pat Buena. Yeah, a dagger to the hearts of Mindoro. In and out, sabi mo nga.
Coach, that doesn't seem to be the play that they set up, but the trust they have in Pat Buena to get him a handoff late in that situation. In and out, coach. In and out.
And that's why it's something we mentioned, no, before the inbound, because there's usually a flow to your offense. Once you get that ball inbounds, yung nagtitrigger no next action, tinanggal ng Mindoro yun eh. They were able to get it inbound to their big guy, I believe was Iloria, and then he just had to give it up kay MJ, and MJ creating that handoff. But obviously, a crucial call here as they review this kung kanino ang bola. Because kung bola ng Quezon City to, 0.9, a lot of time to get a shot off.
Well, it does seem to have held a Mindoro player. The question is, meron pa bang nakawakan na Quezon City player in that last play? So this is gonna be a very crucial call. You see sorry guys, nakikita nyo, napapatayo na talaga ako at the excitement of this game is just immense. Kita mo na si Ton, kinakabahan si Ton dito sa tabi ko.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. The ball will retain with Quezon City, coach. 0.9 remaining.
Watch out for Pat Buena on the weak side corner sa kabila. He seems to be good. Looks to be a screen-to-screener action.
There's going to be a timeout here. They have one more remaining with 0.9 remaining. Sorry, it's going to be 1.5.
They add more time to the
They
clock.
add more time, coach. This could be a one dribble situation. Let's listen in.
Jobin. Kay Pat ha. Kay Tat, bilisan mo kahit hindi pa kailangan pumapesto ka na para gumalaw na to. Kay Aaron. Okay, kunwari, screenan mo si Clark. Kunwari, ikaw na lang. Screenan mo si Clark. Aaron, sapulin mo yung tao ni Aaron. Ni MJ, lampas tayo ha. Clark, baka pwede ka dito. Kakaintindihan or kay Aaron. Kailangan ready kayo para pagkuha ng bola, tira na lang natin. Okay?
Tamaan nyo.
Kahit sino makatanggap ng bola,
Tamaan nyo yung screen.
Push out, push out, push out, push out, push out.
1.5 remaining in the ball game. 69 to 67. We have one more play remaining. It's going to be a baseline inbound.
I think it's very crucial here defensively for Mindoro. You know, I expect them to switch all screens and the slip sa mga screens of how they read that.
Go for it. Oh, it's a slip. It's just too long. On the last play, it was a perfect misdirection. Coach just could not get that lay-in in the last play.
Perfectly executed. All that you can ask for if you're Coach JV Olea. You heard him in the timeout. Okay? And that is something that you can accept. Especially or considering you have a young team in Quezon City. Ano na to eh? No such thing as a mistake. You're just gonna learn. You see how they moved even before the play started. A wide open, an open look underneath by Bagunu.
That's gonna be a sorry miss para dito sa Quezon City. But coach, to your point, it's gonna be a learning experience para dito sa Quezon City. But let's talk about one guy who played terrific. Started out quiet, but as Coach Christian said, he had a big, noisy game, and that impact was well felt itong si JJ Casper.
Well, none other than JJ Caspe because he had 23 big points from start to finish. You just never felt that he had a letdown moment in the game. He also had 7 rebounds, couple of assists, a steal, a block. I mean, honorable mention, JC Recto, because the way he set up his teammates, particularly De La Cruz and itong si JJ Caspe. Enzo Hoson had a big shot in the end, had a big defensive stop. Just a collective effort on the part of Mindoro. Kahit na itong Quezon City was just threatening to fight back every play.
Well, team basketball was the name of the game, but one guy that really stepped up is JJ Caspe. And with him is our courtside Sheila with JJ.
Yes, at kasama ko na nga, JJ, congratulations on this big win. The whole game, lumalamang kayo pero hindi naging madali yung naging laro ninyo.
Siyempre, mga bata eh. So, kailangan namin makipag-compete kasi tumatakbo sila mas. Pero nangibabaw naman yung pagiging namin, mas matanda.
The last 2 quarters of the game, doon nakahabol yung Quezon City. At sinabi ni Coach during the timeout na meron kayong naging problema, yung full court press nila was a challenge for you, na-break nyo yung full court press. Pero yung decision making, it was the challenge. Paano nyo na-overcome yun?
Siyempre, nag-scout naman kami. So, lahat ng in-scout namin, nagawa naman namin. And then, patuloy lang kami nag-execute ng plays. So, yung mga tao, right place lang talaga yung mga paso.
Well, this is the second time na naging best player ka. To this game, wala kang pagod eh. Depensa, opensa, lahat na running the floor. Ano meron?
Oo, tapos, ang hirap pa maglaro kasi may, may sipon, tas sakit sa ulo. Kaya ang hirap puminga, tapos naka-aircon pa.
Partida, may sakit ka pa niyan, pero you deserve this. Meron ka pa mga babatian o pasasalamatan?
Siyempre, unang-una nagpapasalamat kami kay Mayor Aina, PRM, Arc Athletics, and also kay Ma'am Sandra, sa team manager namin, sa coaches, sa mga sumusuporta sa Mindoro Tamaraw, pagpatuloy lang hanggang nagsimula ang season. And also binabati ko si Mrs. Aima, kay Gia, at lahat ng Team Barik, mga taga-Sabang. Yan, nice.
Maraming salamat and congratulations once again, JJ Caspe ng Mindoro. Balik sa inyo.
Mindoro 69 and Quezon City 67. But we're not done. We still have one more game, the Battle of Orange, Zamboanga Sikat versus the Quezon Huskers here in the MPBL.